There's an amazing song written by Billy Joel. It's called James. If you ever get a chance, just look it up on YouTube, Billy Joel James. And the meaning of this song really is what this video is about. It's about being true to yourself because the saddest thing in life is when you let other people tell you what you need to do with your life. You let whether that even be your parents, it could be family members, best friends, girlfriend, whatever. You know, they tell you what you need to do. No, no, no. Nobody tells you your destiny. Nobody tells you the direction of life that you feel is best for you. Nobody. And I see so many people in my life that I've even known, good friends of mine and family members that fell into that trap, and they're miserable. They're miserable. They hate their lives. They wake up every day just, you know, miserable. I don't know what else to say. And that's a very, very sad way to live. And the way I see it is you're the one that has to be happy with yourself. And if you're not happy with yourself, how could you expect anybody else to be happy, right? With you, living with you, someone in a relationship with you. It's going to be very hard for that person to be happy with you if you're not happy with yourself. So, the saddest thing in life is doing something that you hate doing. You know, I've been very fortunate in my life that I've always been able to do things I love. It's really quite amazing, Ever since I was a kid, it's like I've never been miserable, Like I was a kid, I was like 13 years old. I was teaching piano lessons, 14 years old. I was making $300-400 a week, cash money. And I was going out like a kid. I was going out to Vitali's in Brooklyn. I was eating Italian dinners. I was going to Chef Wong and Bay Parkway in Brooklyn. I was eating big, huge Chinese dinners. This is like I was like 13, 14 years old, And in my teens to my early 20s, I was performing at every club, like, 3, 4 times a week. Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, everywhere, all around Brooklyn. I had a Billy Joel tribute band. I had an opportunity. I got called by the Brooklyn senator, Marty Golden. Okay. You could look this up, it's online. Okay. And I actually performed, it was for his reelection, and it was in Marine Park in Brooklyn. And I never forget this. Still to this day, this was the largest crowd that I've ever performed in front of in my life. So I remember when I got there, right? It was like this big stage, everything, lighting, sound system, and it had to be like close to 2,000 people. Again, this was not really for me. This was for Marty Golden, but I was the entertainment. But it was so funny. It's like, so when I got there, the lady who was the promoter, the person who hired me, who represented Marty Golden, I said, excuse me. She goes, yeah. I said, who are all these people here to see? She's like, they're here to see you. I was like blown away. It was like I never played in my whole life in front of a crowd that size. There's thousands of, like, at least close to 2,000 people. It was filled. The whole park was filled with people. And I went up there and I did some of my original songs, but I would say about 90% of the show was Billy Joel, because I was a Billy Joel tribute band. But I always sneak in a couple of originals. And at the end of the show, I had my CDs at the time. This was before YouTube and all that stuff, where people actually wanted CDs, right? Now everything is for free. Music is for free. What a sin. How the music industry got destroyed like that. It's a sin because people don't understand that, like, the effort it takes to write a song, how hard it is, and then to take that song and have it produced and rehearsed and recorded, and how expensive it is to record it, and then to market it, and then to promote it. And it's like, what? It's all for free on YouTube? Get the F out of here, man. I think it's horrible what happened. And I'm really shocked and surprised that musicians didn't fight this more. If you really, I'm talking about the famous musicians. I mean, people like me and people who are unknown. There's not much we could do, but I'm talking about the superstars. I'm really surprised because I really believe if this happened in the movie business, oh, forget about it. You would see all. I mean, they're already complaining. The actors, I saw them. They're already fighting with the whole thing with streaming and all that stuff, but they're still getting paid. I mean, they're still making money. But I mean, musicians, man, it's I know what it is. I understand what you're going to say. When they make money when you go on tour, and this is true. The coronavirus didn't make it easy for us, though. I can't tell you. I mean, we got hit. Musicians got hit from every angle. But getting back, so I did that show for Marty Golden, and at the end of the show, people were actually asking me for my autograph. It was like amazing. It was like they were buying my CD, and they're like, Richie, can we please have your autograph? And I remember that day feeling like a star. It's like, I was just blown away. It was just the most amazing feeling. But did I make it in music? Am I a famous musician? No. And it's not that I have. Listen to me. I don't have regrets because listen, I performed like I said when I was younger. I was out there 4 or 5 times a week, performing everywhere. I had a great time, but just got to a point where I'll tell you a story. I mean, my wife, she might get mad at me about this, but this is the reason why we broke up. She kind of gave me one time an ultimatum, but I mean, listen, she meant it because she's been hurt before, and she didn't know where at the time we were young, and we were seeing each other for maybe 3 4 years, whatever it was, maybe 5 years, something around that time frame, and like I wasn't asking her to marry me, and she was getting scared. She was like, she didn't want to dedicate another 3 or 4 or 5 years to something that was going nowhere. And I understand that now. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And so she gave me kind of an ultimatum. She was just like, Rich, I want a family. I want a house. I want to get married. I want a life. And she's like, if you don't want that, just tell me. If you just want to be a musician, so that's why we broke up. I told her, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for this right now. I'm playing out 4 or 5 times a week. I'm having a great time. I told her, I don't know if I'm ready to make this type of a commitment right now. So we broke up for about a whole year. And I realized after a year that I made a major mistake because she was the love of my life and I missed her so much and I wasn't happy. And that's when I wrote that song, Back Into My Arms. You can look it up. If you ever look up Richie Lavoy, L-E-V as in Victor, O-I, and you type it Back Into My Arms. That was the song I wrote to get Jennifer back in my life, and it worked. But like I just said, the saddest thing in life is having other people tell you what to do. And she didn't tell me what to do. Listen, I've always continued to do music. It was my decision. It wasn't her decision. I wanted to start at that point. I started saving money. I was working in sales and I stuck with it and I saved my money and we got a house and we got married and I basically paid for the whole wedding. Her father gave us a very small amount of money. My father bought us a beautiful dining room set. That was his wedding gift. But I paid. It was like $30,000. It was a lot of money, for me back then. And we got married it was the Fort Hamilton Army base. But the thing was, you had to have someone in your family. My grandfather served. He served our country, and thank God bless him, and God bless all active military, and God bless our vets. I have the highest respect for all active military and our vets. I'm a big patriot. I regret that I didn't go into the army band or something like that. I should have did it. That's a regret that I have. I should have done that when I was young, rather than maybe play all these clubs in Bay Ridge. But I did have a lot of fun. Anyway, because of my grandfather, we were able to get married in the Fort Hamilton Army base, and it had the whole view of the Verrazano Bridge. I mean, this was out of like Saturday night, like fever, man. I mean, we literally had, when me and my wife got married, we had the bridge right on top of us. And I remember when it was like nighttime, the whole bridge was lit up right in front of us. We had the most amazing pictures. I'll show a few of them. I think we did already, but I'll make a video showing these pictures. It was gorgeous. It was an amazing night. It was an amazing night, and I have a great life, and I'm very happy. I wouldn't mind getting famous now if it's possible. I don't know. They say it's never too late. I'm kind of old now. I'm an old man. But, like I said, I wrote a song, Never Give Up on Dreams. I wrote that song. You could look that one up too. Ape Faller. Never Give Up on Dreams.